Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Pampered Chef Live. My name is Michael. I am your moderator tonight, and I'm so glad to have you with us tonight. Where are you joining from tonight? Post in the chat and let us know. And while you're there, drop an emoji if your consultant invited you tonight. So during the next 35 to 45 minutes, we'll be joining Katie from her home kitchen as she teaches us how to make homemade burgers and frozen treats that rival any drive-thru. And after the demo, we'll be selecting 5 attendees for a brand new summer product giveaway. So if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, be sure to register for the event right now through the Zoom link in the description of this post so you can be eligible for tonight's drawing. We'll also have some Q&A time with Katie after the demo. And we're going to do something a little different for today's Q&A with just a few days left with some really great offers for new consultants. If you've ever wondered what it's actually like to have a side hustle like this, how it fits into real life, how it can help pay the bills, how it brings some joy back, we'll be pulling back the curtain today in our Q&A time. So stick around after the demo to hear more from Katie about her experience of saying yes. And if you have a question you'd like us or Katie to answer anytime, drop it in the Q&A feature here in Zoom. And that's different from your chat feed. And so that can be about the products, about the recipe, about Katie's experience as a consultant, whatever you want. Ask and we'll get through as many questions as we can. And we'll save some questions for Katie to answer at the end as well. Couple housekeeping notes for you real quick, and then I'll get out of the way here. First of all, after the event, we will send a text message to those who opted into the text on the registration form with a link to the featured products and the recipes so you can see those right there on your phone. And everyone will receive the recipe handout in their email about an hour after the demo ends. So don't worry, you don't need to take furious notes the whole time. We're going to send you what you need afterwards. Second of all, please take the survey that pops up in your Zoom when you sign off. Your feedback is so helpful to us, and we will select one more winner for an additional giveaway from the survey every week. Lastly, if the Zoom chat is too busy for your liking, you can always mute it. If you're on desktop computer, click the little arrow next to the chat button at the bottom of your screen, and then click to stop showing chat preview. If you're on your phone, open the chat. Tap the little bell icon and select mute. And you can also hide all those emoji reactions at the bottom by hitting more or the 3 little dots and selecting hide reactions. So do that if you like, but either way, it is time for us to get into it. So grab a beverage and relax and let's get cooking. So take it away, Katie.
Hi everybody, I'm Katie, and today we are going to be making some garlic and herb burgers, and we're going to have a special blended mint chocolate chip ice cream. So super easy, super fun. I joined Pampered Chef back in March of 2021 to help my family pay for some growing bills, and I just love being a part of this company and love helping others with their success as well. So I'm going to start here with an iconic piece from Pampered Chef, the classic batter bowl. If you have this, drop in the chat, let me know that you have one. So this is one of the first pieces that I ever got from Pampered Chef, and I remember there was a recipe about making you would bake a cake in it. So it actually can go in your oven, and you would stick a Barbie in the middle, and it was like you made a little Barbie dress. So if you remember that, let me know about that too. But we're not going to use it for cake today. We're going to be making some burgers, and I'm going to use the garlic and herb seasoning here. Super easy. This is such an easy, fast meal you can make for your family on a weeknight like tonight, and it's delicious. And I love all of our spices. So I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of garlic and herb seasoning to 2 pounds of hamburger. And you can do this with chicken or turkey if you're looking for something a little bit lighter. But today I have hamburger, so we're going to use that. And then I'm going to use another iconic piece, the mix and chop. If you have this, let me know. So the mix and chop, when I first saw it and heard about it, I didn't really get it, honestly. I'm going to be honest. And I thought well, I can mix things myself, right? Well, once I got it, when I joined as a consultant, I realized how much it can do. It's incredible. So here I'm mixing my meat and I'm mixing up the seasoning. I don't have to use my hands and make them dirty and gross and sticky and have all the, the meat germs, right? So I can use this and it gets evenly through everything. You can also cook on the stove with it. So if you're making tacos, I love to make tacos with it, and it grinds up the meat as you're cooking with the seasoning. You can also do guacamole, make some pasta sauce by smushing up some stewed tomatoes. I've even seen people use the tip of it to make like a little cookie impression, which is really cute. Okay, so now that I have my hamburger mixed up with my seasoning, it's looking pretty good in there. Okay, so now it's time to get the burgers ready. Okay, let's do this over here. And today I'm going to be cooking the burgers on the Deluxe Grill and Griddle. This is actually on sale for the rest of this month. This is a great Father's Day gift. What I love about the Grill and Griddle is you can use it anywhere. So we like to go on vacation in a condo and there's not necessarily a grill there, but we want to grill things. This is a perfect thing to bring along. Or if you live in an apartment, you don't have a grill, or maybe your house, you just don't have a grill, or you want to go camping. It's another place to bring it. So I'm just going to get this heated up. And while it's doing that, I'm going to form the patties. So this is our burger and slider press. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to add the seasoned meat into the burger and slider press. So I'm going to use 2 scoops of the extra large scooper here. And another thing I love to use with this is making really big cookies. What's great about it is it's going to be uniform so that they're all going to cook at the same time. Have you ever made cookies where some of your cookies are big and some are really small, and some of them don't cook all the way and the others are burning, right? So you want to get it all uniform so that they all cook at the same amount. And that's the same for these burgers. They're going to be the same size so that they're going to take the same amount of time to cook. Okay, so I have my meat in here, okay? And I just took the top and I'm just toggling back and forth to form the meat there. See how it fills it all in? Well, it also creates this divot in the meat here. And the divot's really important because that helps the burger not get like soak in. Have you ever made a burger and it gets to be like this round golf ball? Well, it's because of that. So this divot helps it stay one shape. And this press also helps all of your burgers, ooh, look at that. All of your burgers be the same size, and they fit really well in the burger buns that they have that you'll get from the grocery store. Okay, so then I just press the bottom. Can you hear it sizzling? Press the bottom and it pops right out. So super cool. And you can also make sliders with this. I'll show you how to use the attachment, but let's get a few of these on here. So again, there's the meat. I'm going to toggle back and forth, make it into one size. And so I do it on the counter. Okay, and then you can see the little divot. Okay, and then I'm going to flip it over and push from the bottom. Out it pops, perfect size. Super cool. Okay, so let me talk about the Deluxe Grill and Griddle for a minute. So you see this lid, it can toggle back and forth. So if I want to cook these burgers and press them, I can lean it all the way down. And it's pressing on it and it's going to cook it from the top and the bottom. The really cool thing about this is it can actually lay out flat as well, and we have different trays. So we have a waffle tray, we have a flat tray. You can make so much with this. This you can make all of your meals for the entire day. So breakfast, pancakes, bacon, sausage, eggs, like everything. Waffles, obviously. Lunches, paninis, that's one of our favorite things to make with it. You can do grilled steaks, you can even make pizzas with it. So it's awesome. So it's gonna cook for a minute. While it's doing that, I'll show you how to do the sliders. So this is the little slider addition. So I'm going to turn it upside down here and clip it in place. Okay, see how it made it a little smaller? Now I'm just gonna use one scooper. Let's scoop one, and I'm gonna use the other side of the press here, and it has that divot again, okay? So I just toggle back and forth, and now it's ready, okay? So I'm gonna flip this open. Oh, look at those burgers. Can you see them? Maybe I can get the camera a little bit closer, but here I'm gonna drop in my slider. Okay, there we go. Very cool. So here, these are the spatula tongs. These are also on sale for the rest of May. So a few more days of this. I love these because they make picking up awkward things like burgers, chicken, quesadillas so simple. It's made with stainless steel, so it's really strong, but it also has this silicone coating, so it's not going to scrape up any of your dishes. So these burgers are looking really good, but I have a problem with burgers. I always overcook them. My husband is much better at cooking burgers than I am. So there's something that I'm going to use to help me out here. Okay, look at all that steam. I love that you can grill indoors and have that great crisp and awesome flavor that comes from a grill. Okay, so this is the instant read thermometer. It's also on sale through the end of May. Great Father's Day gift. You can take this and carry it along wherever you go. You can stick it to the fridge. It has a magnet or the oven, so it's always available close by. And my son loves to use it. He likes to make fried chicken, and he uses this all the time to see if the chicken's all the way done. So he's actually much better at doing the temperature than I am. So for a medium well hamburger, you want it to be around 135 degrees. So I'm going to check to see where I'm at here. All right, let's see. Oh my gosh. It was perfect. Now it's going too high. Okay, we'll just pretend. It's perfect. It's perfect. Okay, so I'm going to add a piece of cheese to these. And I can't put the lid on because it's going to smush all the cheese. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn this little toggle, and it's going to raise the lid so it doesn't land right on it. And it can heat that cheese and melt it down without pressing on the burgers. So a really cool feature there. All right, so those are going, and I'll move this all over. Okay, I'm gonna wash my hands and cut up some of the vegetables that go through the hamburgers. All right. Okay, so I'd love to know, what is a go-to weekday meal that you have with your family? What's something super easy that you like to make, and your family loves to eat, and it just is, you don't even need a recipe, just throw it together. This is one of those things, you know, you can just add some seasoning, cook it, and you're done. All right, so I'm going to be using the prep and store system here, and I've already washed and cut up my lettuce. And what I love about these little containers, I use them for so much, but here I have this little divider, and I can have one thing on one side and something else. And what's really cool about it is you can prep, like Sunday is my food prep day. I'll prep all my food, stick them in here, stick this tray in the fridge, and then I have everything ready to easily cook. So I have a feeling, yeah, my burger is done. So I'm gonna pull that off before I cut, I think, because I don't want it to get too melty there. Okay, so there we go. Look how beautiful those look. Okay, I'll just grab this one, makes it super simple. Look at that, perfect. And add it to that burger bun that I put on the grill a few minutes before we joined you. And I have those little grill marks, which makes it nice and crispy. Okay, awesome. All right, let me turn this off. Okay. All right, so over here, I'm gonna add my condiments. So I have my lettuce. I'm going to cut my tomato and an onion. Okay, so one thing to know about your knives. This is my favorite Pampered Chef knife. It's called the Santoku knife. And I love the size. I love the ability to just move it around. It's all one piece of steel. And one way to tell if your knives are dull is to see, is the tomato test, okay? So if you have to poke your tomato to be able to cut it, your knife is too dull, okay? It should be able to just glide right through that tomato, okay? Just like that. Isn't that amazing? Just glide right through. So if yours is not doing that, you might need an upgrade on your knife, or you might just need to sharpen it. We have an awesome honing tool that you can use to sharpen your knives. And one of the things that I always do is I don't let anybody put my knives in the dishwasher because it does dull them a little bit. So my family knows they don't go in the dishwasher, okay? And if they do, they get taken out. So here we go. So now I have my tomatoes cut, and I want to show you a different part of the prep and store containers. This is a drain tray. So you know how tomatoes get all juicy? If I put them in here and store them, like let's say I cut all this on Sunday and just wanted to pull it out for a meal if I didn't have much time, all those juices would be draining down here and not make it soggy. And have you ever had those tomatoes that sit in its juice and then it gets like pinkish and kind of gross? So that keeps them nice and fresh. And then they all have lids that you can clip on, and you can vent them or not vent them. So I love the prep and store system. Okay, and so then I'm just gonna slice up a few onions to put on the other side of the lettuce, and then we'll be all set. All right. There we go. Oh, and the other thing I want to show you about this, another feature that I love about the prep and store is it has these trays. I don't know if you can see them, but there's little metal pieces here that you can move around. It can go on the sides, it can go on the end, whatever works with your counter. And you just put the trays here and you can chop and drop. Okay, so if I wanted to put my onions here, I chop them and I drop them right in. But the thing that I really love is to put my trash right there. So I'm not going back and forth between the trash can and what I'm doing. I can just keep all my trash right there, and it's nice and streamlined. And the prep and store also has these cooling trays that you can put in them that, let's say you are having a cookout. Like some of you may have had cookouts yesterday for Memorial Day, right? We can set them on the cooling trays and it will keep it cool through the whole event, which is a really nice feature too. All right, so our hamburgers are complete, and we're just add a little topping here to them. So let's see, I'll add a tomato, or add lettuce and a slice of tomato. Oh, it's falling off. And then the top, and there's our, I'm gonna switch these two. There we go. Now they stay on. There we go. And I have it on our new summer product, the outdoor dining set. So it comes with a larger plates and salad plates, and also some bowls. I'll show you the bowls in a minute. They're beautiful, great quality, strong plastic here. And I think we're gonna be using these a lot this summer. So I really, really like these. Okay, and then over here, you can see I have some of the bowls, the serving bowls that go with it that you can get with them that match. And this one's huge, by the way. This could fit like an entire watermelon. I mean, it's humongous. So there you go. That's the outdoor dining set. Okay. All right. So before we get into dessert, which I know is everybody's favorite, I wanted to show you something really cool that we have going on with Pampered Chef. I'll come around to the side so maybe you can see me a little bit better. But this is our Kids Club box. This is something brand new that we have. And what's really awesome about this is when you sign up as a consultant in the month of May, so we have a few days left, and get one of our regular kits, you get this as a sign-on gift. So what's really cool about this, what I love about this, my favorite part is that this really is not a product, it's an experience. Okay, it's something that you can do with your family, getting your family cooking and eating and interacting together, doing it with your kids, grandparents with grandkids, aunts and uncles. This could be even a gift you give to somebody or something you do with a birthday party. I mean, there's so much to it. So what's so cool about it is, so you get the box and then you get the unboxing of it. Open this up and it says, take a peek. Okay, and then on the side, you're gonna get a seasoning. So here is the everything but the pizza seasoning. You also get a really cool pen, collectible pen that comes with it. I mean, imagine your kids collecting these. How fun is that? That you can add on to an apron. You can get an apron to go with it and just collect all the pens that go with it. How fun is that? Okay, and then you're going to get a product. The kids are gonna get a fun product. So you open it here. You see, this is the hand and pie maker. Okay, and then you also get all of this stuff. So here, this is the stuff I really like. It's the recipes. So it shows you how to make a 5-minute dough, and how to make beignets, and how to make pizza pockets. Really cool stuff, but what's also awesome about it is that it gives you all kinds of math and science facts and just fun stuff you can do together, right? Like imagine doing this with your family. It's incredible. So it's not available to order yet. The way you get it right now is by joining as a consultant and getting it as a sign-on gift. It will be available in coming June 1st, so coming soon, so you can get on a wait list. But for right now, you can get it for free when you join as a consultant. And we'll talk more about that afterwards. Okay, so that is the Kids Club box. The last piece that I was going to show you is dessert. So this is a super easy, fun dessert that you can make with your family. And think about when you go out to the ice cream store. So I have 4 kids, okay? And me and my husband, and then that's a good 6 people ordering ice cream, and it can really add up. So this is a fun way to make one of those fancy ice creams at home, and it's so much fun to do together, right? And add your little twist to it. So I was supposed to take this out before we started and let it soften, and I forgot. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna stick it in the microwave for just a second, and hopefully that will work, okay? So have you ever microwaved ice cream before? We're gonna try something new. All right, so it's gonna warm up for a second, but here I'm gonna use the stand mixer. This guy's awesome, and I used to have a different stand mixer, and people ask me all the time, like, what do you think? Thank you, I saw somebody told me 30 seconds. Like, how do you think it compares to your old stand mixer? And I will tell you, unabashedly, this one is so much better. Like, it's so much better. For one, it's evenly distributed, so it's super easy to lift up and down, right? The other one I had was very heavy on one side. It also has these presets, so it can tell you, you say, hey, I want to knead something. You select knead, and then it will tell you how long to do it and what thing to put in there, okay? So cool. Okay, so we're going to, and this is also something that you can earn when you join as a new consultant, which is awesome. It's one of our success rewards that you can get. Okay, all right, so here I have softened ice cream. Thank you, whoever told me to do 30 seconds. I appreciate you. All right, so I'm gonna stick this ice cream in here. I can get it in here. Oh, I have a scoop. Okay, we'll use that. All right, so here's the ice cream. It does actually feel like a good amount of soft. All right. All right, that's enough for now. Okay, so look at all that awesome ice cream. Very cool. Okay, so what we're going to do is add this new summer product. It is mint chocolate flavoring. So cool, right? It's super yummy. We're gonna add it to the ice cream, but there's a few other ways I've tried it as well. I've added it to coffee, and you could make a milkshake with it with our little slushy thing. And you can add it to cookies, like a milk chocolate cookie would be a great thing to do. Okay, so I'm gonna add, how much was I gonna do? I think let's do like 1.5 teaspoons. 1.5 teaspoons of the mint chocolate. I'm just ad-libbing this one, but it'll be okay. And then I'm gonna add the paddle here. Oh, another thing about it is we have some additions that come with it. You can make pasta with it. We have a pasta maker attachment to it. Okay, so I'm gonna drop this down and just choose custom. Another cool thing about this is it starts slow and then it will speed up. Okay, so I wanna say custom, and I want it at speed 5, okay? So you'll see when I press start, it'll start slow and it'll get faster. What's great about that is when you're making any kind of baked good and you have flour or sugar in here, it doesn't blow it all over your kitchen because it goes slow and it slowly integrates it all. Okay, so there it goes. Starting to mix it. Okay. Move it down a little bit. Okay. All right, and now it's looking really good. If you can maybe help me show how soft it is in here already. Awesome. Okay, now I'm gonna add some toppings. So I'm gonna add some mini M&Ms in there. And I chopped up some almond joy. So put that in there. How cool is that? Oh my gosh, it looks so good. Okay, now I'm gonna stop it. All right, let's lift it up. Oh gosh, this is awesome. Okay, so now I'll scoop some out. Show you my ice cream. Doesn't this look like you just went to the ice cream shop and they mixed it all together for you and you picked all your toppings? How much fun would this be to do with your kids? And they add the things. My son likes to add gummy bears, which I think is gross because they just get hard. But it's nice, like a soft serve, so good. I know. Okay, well, thank you guys so much for bearing with me and helping me through it. I hope you learned some things. I hope you enjoyed what we made and maybe tried some yourself, and look forward to answering any questions you have.
Great. I'm back. Thank you, Katie. That was fantastic. You're such a peaceful presence in the kitchen. That speaks to me. Thank you. Um, we're gonna give you a break just for a second, so we can do our giveaway, and I'll give you a chance to grab some water or take a breather real quick. All right, so friends, let's get into the giveaway. Now, I saw in the chat earlier, somebody said, did you have to be opted in for the texts to be part of the giveaway? No, we randomly choose from those who are here in Zoom. It has nothing to do with whether or not you signed up for the text reminders. So let's just set the record straight on that. So, and speaking of the 5 people who we have randomly chosen to win our mint chocolate flavoring are, wait for it, you just saw it in action, and congratulations to Susan Dvorsky, Trisha Lippa, Demetris Love, Carolyn Veek, and Arlene Rothwell. You are our lucky winners. Susan, Trisha, Demetris, I apologize, Carolyn, and Arlene, you are our lucky winners. So I will get in touch with you after the event to get some of this mint chocolate flavoring in the mail for you so you can make your own frozen treats. I bet it's great in cookies as well. Just going to go on record and say mint chocolate cookies, probably amazing. So congrats, friends. You are our winners. And if you've seen something that you like tonight, there are 3 different ways that you can win some, or I'm sorry, not win. Sorry, you can take home some of these products. And there's a couple different ways that you can do this. I'm going to tell you about those real quick here. First of all, if you have someone in your life who likes grilling, maybe they're a dad or a father, maybe there's something coming up, We are having a sale for just a couple more days till the end of May for some of our favorite grilling products. So you have a chance to get 20% off some of our favorite products that make grilling easy and fun. And you have a few more days on this sale. And if you place that order soon, you'll probably get those in time for Father's Day. Just saying, is just going to say. Another way that you can get some of these products into your kitchen, one of those is that you can host a party. And if you host a party in June, you can get 60% off any one product and double host rewards on top of that. That means you would get twice as much to spend with qualifying party sales. So this is an awesome way to stock your kitchen and get some fresh things in there. And your consultant can tell you more about how that works. So when you host a party in June, there is a lot of benefits coming your way. One other big way that you can get some of these products in your kitchen yourself is to become a consultant. This is the biggest way of all, and hosting is amazing, shopping is fun, but when you say yes to starting your own Pampered Chef side hustle, you are stepping into something that is bigger than you. It is, but you are also getting to make this on your own terms, your schedule, your goals, and it's flexible, it's fun, and you can fit it in between soccer drop off and dinner. Katie took a chance, said yes, and now she's earning extra money on her terms and seems to be enjoying it quite a bit as well. Here's the scoop. When you start this month, that's just a couple days left. You become a consultant this month. You, with any of our 6 launch kits, you get the free bonus product of the Kids Club Dough Much Fun box, which Katie told us all about. It's a true experience. I love that you emphasized that, Katie. That's really, you hit the nail on the head. This is an awesome way to share an experience with your family. And the real bonus, you're creating something that fits your life as it is. So if you were looking to earn more money and gain some skills and feed your family, this is an awesome way to do that. Last thing, if you don't want to do that, there is still also an entry-level option at $25 US or $35 Canadian that you can grab before May 31st. And that the free bonus of the Kids Club doesn't come with that entry level, but this is an awesome way to get your foot in the door and with the basics that you need to get started. So what would you do with an extra couple $100 this summer if you had that sitting in your pocket coming in your way? What would you do with that? Drop it in the chat and let us know. All right, friends. So, Katie, you're ready to go. Thank you. Let's see what the chat has lit up. And this is your last chance, friends. If you want to sneak a question in the Q&A, drop it in now and we'll get to them as we can. All right, so somebody said they're really intrigued by that instant read thermometer that you showed us and said, can you explain how does it work? What is it? How does it work and how do you use it practically? It sounds like it's been pretty helpful for you.
Yeah, sure. So there's just a little button on the side, and you stick it in the meat that you're cooking, and it will automatically, like instantly, hence the name, tell you what the temperature is of that meat. And yeah, we use it. I like to sometimes have it on the fridge or, like I said, on the oven because it's just, you grab it right away. It's easy to, it's small and slim and easy to just have available for you. And then, like I said, my son loves to fry chicken.
Hmm.
It feels like, kind of scary. Not sure, if you get the right temperature. I'm scared of pink chicken. So he's always using that instant read thermometer, and he's actually really good at it. He gets some awesome fried
Here's
chicken.
my tip that I will add. The best way to get you want to make sure that the probe goes into the deepest part of the meat. And that's how you're going to get the most accurate reading because you cannot judge meat by the outside of what it looks when it's cooking, right? All right. So, question about the griddle. Is there a place that catches grease on the griddle?
Yes, good question. So I have it right here, so I'll show you. In the back, there's this little collector right here where it drips into, and then you can pull it out. And actually, it goes this way. Sorry, you pull it out, and then you can wash it once you're done with it. So, like, I only grilled 3 hamburgers, so it doesn't have much in there. But when I do bacon and things like that, it really can fill up.
Love
It's,
it.
you can,
Yep, that's awesome. Dishwasher safe. Just throw it in there. Super easy, right?
yeah.
On the prep and store system, it says, how long can you keep the tomatoes in those storage containers? And should you use the vents that are on them once they're cut?
Oh, good question. So I usually vent things when they're warm and I need to get that moisture out. So typically with the tomatoes, I wouldn't vent it, and especially like something like an onion, I wouldn't vent because then it's not. I don't want that smell in the refrigerator.
Mhm.
As far as how long you keep them, you definitely can keep them in there longer with the drain because it's keeping them out of that liquid, so it's keeping them fresher longer. And I don't know a specific time. I'll be honest, but probably I would guess around 5 days.
Okay. Love it. That's great. Thank you. So I realized that there was also a question about, is there also a probe that comes with the griddle? And can you tell me about how that one's a little bit different from the instant read?
Yeah, so there is a probe that comes with it, and actually, I don't know if you can see the little dot here, but you would plug it in right here, and you can stick it right into what you're cooking. So I could have stuck it right into one of the hamburger patties, and it would tell me when it got to that temperature and alert me like, hey, it's medium, Katie, stop cooking because you're gonna
Hmm.
overcook your burgers again.
That's awesome. And that probe is on, like, it has a cord, right?
Yes, little cord that you attach right here. Um,
Okay.
so it's maybe about I don't know, about
Cool.
a foot.
And the instant read does not have a cord, right? But that one's just handheld.
Yes, that's
And it
right.
sticks to your fridge?
Yeah.
Amazing. I didn't even know that. That's awesome. All right, so Katie, I want to shift a little bit. We said that we were going to do this earlier, and I think I'm really eager to hear some of your backstory a little bit more, and a little bit more about your experience as a consultant. And so you talked to us about your the products and the recipe. That's great. But a couple other things that I want to hear about is a lot of people love Pampered Chef because hey, they're looking for income, right? It's a side hustle, of course. But they think about, like, how does that fit in? I feel busy, I feel swamped. How am I possibly going to add this in to my life? What does that look like for you to add this into your busy life as a mom? And yeah, where does it fit in your life?
Yeah, so I'll say that I joined Pampered Chef probably at the busiest time of my life ever.
Hmm.
It was during COVID, and my husband was studying abroad, and I had four kids that were in four completely different schools. I was working other jobs too.
Yeah.
So I was very, very, very busy. So what I like to tell people is you can fit it into your time, what works for you. You can do as much or as little as you want, right? And you can do that, like sometimes I'd be sitting in the carpool line. I can do a little bit of my work, or I can do it later on at night, or whatever time works for you. Um, and you get to decide how much or how little you want to work. So that's what I love about it is the flexibility and that you
Hmm.
can make it work for whoever.
Wow. Four kids in four different schools while solo parenting, while also working other jobs, and you were still able to have that be flexible enough for you. That's very cool. Was there a particular moment in your Pampered Chef experience where you thought to yourself, I'm so glad I said yes to this?
Oh, there's been so many. um, I would say most recently, one of those this past season, I had a son graduate this past season, and like I said, I have four kids. So my two middle kids were on a lacrosse team together, and the fact that I could have such a flexible business and go to every single one of their games was one of those moments where I felt like I'm so blessed to be in this company, to have this as a job, because I get to decide and I get to go and do what I need to do, or what to do, and still, get my work done when I need and want to do it. And I also like got to go visit my daughter in college and choose to do that whenever I wanted to do it, and bring my work with me if I wanted to, or take time off if I wanted to.
Hmm. I love that. I just saw a question in the chat that I think is really interesting. It said, do you have any tips on, like, how did you go about, like, meeting people who to host parties and to kind of grow your business?
Yeah, so I mean, you first start with your friends and family, the people you know, right? And the people that you come across and talk to. Your acquaintances is a great place to start. I love starting with acquaintances. And they're going to introduce you to their friends and family. So I like to tell people, like, maybe for the first couple of weeks, maybe month, you're kind of having parties with people you know, but after that, your goal is to get outside of your circle. Yeah, I know a lot of people get worried about like, I don't want to just keep asking my friends and family all the time. We don't want you to either, right? Like
Mhm.
you want to get out of your circle and connect. And honestly, like the social media and the internet, it makes it so much easier for us. The fact that we can connect with so many different people that we don't know.
Very cool. I love that. And are you still working the other jobs that you were working? Or no, you're not? Okay. How long were you a consultant before you decided to go full time with that?
Probably about 6 months.
Okay, 6 months.
I was
Very
working part time. It was a, yeah, part time.
Very cool. And that's going to look different for every consultant, depending on like, the flexibility and how much time you want to put in. And but yeah, when you put the time in and you put the hard work in, like absolutely is something you can do full time. And many of our consultants do. Equally, we have many consultants who continue to work other jobs. And again, it's really up to you how to structure that. Just a few more questions and then we'll wrap up. What's one thing that people do not realize about being a consultant that you wish that they knew?
Um, One, that you can make real money. Some people
Yeah.
think you don't. That's one. That one's kind of an obvious. I think the second is that like the community that you grow into with Pampered Chef. Like you get to know so many people and really form relationships and community. It's not something that I was looking for when I joined, but it's one of my favorite things about being a part of this company.
Very cool. Two more questions. Uh, what is one small thing that you have done in your business that has made a big difference?
Um, that's a hard question. I think that I did not join. I joined to earn a couple $100s a month for my family to help us with bills. I did not expect to grow in confidence, to be on a live cooking show like this in front of hundreds of people, like the flexibility, the travel I've been able to do with it. Like there's just so much that it's given me, and I guess that's not small, but I guess I started thinking small, and
Mm,
it really became something different.
I love that. That's so cool. And maybe the small thing was the yes and not sure where that's going to go, but that's just to take that one step and to see what it could grow into is very cool. And if last question, if there's somebody who is listening to this or if that you have a conversation with who's like, yeah, maybe they're still on the fence and they said, well, I don't know. Convince me. What's the one thing you would say to somebody who's on the fence and still kind of unsure if it's this is right for them?
Well, I'd say that was me. Like I thought about doing it for months before I did it. I
Hmm.
regret taking so long. Um, what I would say is just try it. There's no harm in trying it. Like you're not gonna, there's no repercussions. There's nothing you have to pay back to the company or anything like that. Like whatever you get your kit, you get to keep that kit forever. So do it scared. Just give it a try and see what happens. Like the worst that can happen is you decide not to keep doing it. That's the worst, which is
Yeah.
not very bad.
That's so good because at the end of the day, like with any of the launch kits, you're still getting something you can use every day. So if you try it and decide it's not for you, hey, you still got some great kitchen products that you've added to your toolkit. So that works out pretty well. Thank you so much, Katie, for answering these questions. And to any of you who are interested in learning more about becoming a consultant, connect with your local consultant or visit the Be a Consultant page on our website, and you can find out more and see if this is something that maybe you're ready to give a try to. I want to thank you all for joining us tonight. We hope you will join us same time, same place next week with Sandy in our test kitchen next week. And she's going to teach us two ways to do summer pizza night without the big price tag. So you can watch and learn how to make some crispy pizza pockets and low carb zucchini bites pizza bites that are easy, fun, ready in less than 30 minutes, kid friendly, and adult approved. Sounds like a pretty good mix to me. So register now to join us next week. That's all for us. Thanks again, Katie.